You had mentioned this number that 3% of global greenhouse gas emissions are coming from the trucking or shipping industry. And the shipping industry itself has a stated goal of reducing that by about 20% by 2020. So if you're trying to achieve that target, how much of that could ClearMetal solution help realize if it were widely adopted by the shipping industry?
Yeah, good question. Also provide a little bit more background on exactly what the problem is and what we do. I think I was light on that in the explanation. So as I mentioned, the shipping industry, their core operation is moving containers and moving 90% of everything around the world, essentially. What they struggle with is understanding exactly where to keep their assets, their vessels and their containers, and where and when to move them. They struggle on this because, as I discovered when interning at this company, there's so much complexity and uncertainty around the shipment cycle, how the market will move, how their own operations will perform, and how customers will behave. And because of that, they can't allocate their assets optimally, as I mentioned. Because of that, they're often moving things around the world unnecessarily. Boats are underutilized, and every time a ship sails, it produces a lot of carbon emissions. Not to mention, along the way inland, there are a lot of truck, rail movements, and this also spills over to air freight, although that's not what we're touching today. What we're doing as a company is we're using technology a lot more sophisticated than the industry has in their hands today to understand, to make sense of that complexity and uncertainty, to figure out exactly where and when they need what types of assets. And by doing that, we enable them to actually reduce the amount of unnecessary moves and improve the efficiency of their assets so that they're producing less emissions. We do that through data science and artificial intelligence software as a SaaS product, and that's what we give them to give better insight. To answer your question on what our technology impact could be, as stated, so about 3% of world emissions come from this industry. The goal has, or the industry has a goal to reduce around 20%. It's actually very hard for us to calculate. We've tried numerous ways. We were recently reading a paper that came out of the University of Liverpool explaining how about 20% of containers are moving around empty. And a large majority of that is due to natural global trade imbalance. You know, Asia makes more than North America does, so at some point we have to ship containers back. But about 20% of that movement could be reduced through optimization techniques similar to the ones that ClearMetal are doing. And so I'd say by those metrics, about a quarter of that goal, ClearMetal thinks we can actually help impact, which is sizable on a global scale.
Very sizable. That's great.